We are here today to show you how to pair your Resound hearing aids to the Smart 3D app. But before we open that, we need to go to the General Settings tab and find the Accessibility screen and scroll down to Hearing Devices in order to pair them to the phone first. And once we take the devices in and out of the charger or open and close the battery doors, you'll see your name and your device model listed, and we need to select that in order to pair once to the right side, pair again to the left side, and we'll see at the bottom of the screen here that the programs will go from preset to what your audiologist has set up for you as your programs, and that indicates we can now go back and open the Smart 3D app and continue the process of pairing in the app. So we select yes, let's connect now. We see if the devices are connected at the top of the screen, so we hit continue once they are. And it takes just a few seconds for the connection then to establish itself with the app on your phone. Now it's downloading, so we're almost to 100%. There we go. Well done. So hit start. And now we are in the app. We need to consent to data processing between the cloud, your phone, and the devices. So we're going to hit start on this when it comes up. We have to scroll down to the bottom, all the way to the bottom, and hit next, and do another scroll all the way down to the bottom and make sure we've selected the agree, and that will update for all of those online services. And then we'll be in your main program. You can either take a quick tour of the app if you want the app to self-direct you. We're going to say no thanks now because I'm going to show you the key parts of the app. At the top are your different programs. You can either select them at the top, or you can swipe from left to right or right to left to switch between your apps. We have volume control in the center down here with the red bar going louder to the right, softer to the left. We can separate left and right ears with this tab if we have an imbalance. Most of the time, though, we are going to recommend that you keep them together so that the system's always equal to both sides. Occasionally, if you need to mute, if you have too much background noise, if you quickly come in here, it will mute the devices while they're still on your ears so you don't have to take them off. You can also mute if you're streaming and do not want to hear the environmental noises around you while streaming audio or video. The screen will go green when you're muted and will be red when you're active with the microphones. The sound enhancer button at the bottom allows you to do additional adjustments such as pitch adjustments for bass, mid, and treble or high pitch sounds. We can also change the noise reduction strength to make it weaker to the left, stronger to the right. Same with wind noise reduction if we're being bothered by wind. Now, not all devices might look like this in the app because more advanced devices have full access to all of these features, and less advanced devices do not have full access to all of these features. But what you see on the app is generally what you get with that particular device. The status button will tell you if you have a fully charged battery with these green dots on the right and left, and that the connection to both ears has been established with your phone. If you see a red X over here on the left, that would mean the left side's not connected, and vice versa. If you had a red X on the right side, we would know that that right device isn't connected. So status tells you the battery and Bluetooth connectivity. My Resound will tell you where your device is if you have allowed in your geolocation to have always locating where these devices are so that you could find them if for whatever reason they were lost. So hopefully that never happens for you, but if so, Find My Hearing Aid under My Resound is helpful. And sometimes if you see any red exclamation points at any time in the app, It may be because we need to come in here and do a software update through the cloud, and it will walk you through how to do that if that's necessary. Under the More button, you'll see some additional information here. General information is more like the manual that comes with the devices. So maybe you would refer to that if you needed additional support. You can also reach out to your audiologist if you're needing additional support with the app. But most of the time, you'll stay in this home screen, and we think if everything is stable with your connection, you shouldn't have any issues. The one thing I didn't mention, speech clarity right here. If you select that, you're essentially, if we go to Sound Enhancer, you'll see you're essentially turning up the speech range with one click of the button. Then if we go back and we select Noise Filter instead and look at the Sound Enhancer, we're turning everything down in terms of pitch. So it's a quick way to get you a little more comfort if there's background noise, to filter that out quickly. Or if you're straining to understand someone and you select speech clarity, you will hear more high-pitched consonant sounds, which we need for clarity of speech. So those are the main features of the Resound Smart 3D app. If at any time you do not have, when you go down to status, these green lights, if the app is not working 100% as it should, we might have to go back out to the General Settings tab. And if there's ever a glitch because of other apps or other issues going on your phone, sometimes we have to select the devices and forget them by scrolling down to the bottom and telling your phone to forget the pairing altogether and start over. Unfortunately, like a computer, sometimes you just have to start over with turning the power off and on, and you'll do that with your devices by putting them in and out of the charger again, and do another search and start from the beginning with that initial pairing. So that would be my best advice if you're having difficulties with the app, is to come back in and repeat that whole process. Really doesn't take that long to select them and hit pair for the right and pair for the left. Make sure it asks you twice to pair so that each side is connected here, because if they're not connected here, they will not both show up in the Resound Smart app either. But now that we're fully connected here and we go back to the Smart 3D app, we will have to say yes, connect, and continue. But we shouldn't have to go through all of the legal consent. Since we already did that one time, we should just be able to see that eventually the devices can become reconnected to the app. If for any reason it doesn't automatically do it, you have to put your devices back in the charger like this picture is indicating and pull them out of the charger for that pairing mode to be reinitiated. Hit OK and continue. Once you've pulled them in and out of the charger, we'll put them back into that pairing mode to find the connection with the app. So sometimes we have to be a little more patient to find that connection, but here we go. Now we're connected and can hit start, and we're back in the app. When we check the status again, now we've got green lights. If for any reason a device is not connected, here's an example of what it would look like with this new app. Instead of red, which I think red is not a great sign, instead this is indicating with the green dotted line that we're not finding the right device. And that's why you'll see down at the status bar too a lightning bolt saying something's wrong. But if we reconnect to the device, that will go back to a white line. Here we go. Here's the red I was telling you about with the exclamation point. I took the device in and out of the charger, but because of losing that connection, it takes a few minutes for it to reestablish, but we were able to reestablish that connection here without doing anything but waiting. So sometimes we have to be patient and wait to see what the app tells us, And in some cases, we have to go back out to the general settings and start over. That's it for the Resound Smart 3D app. We hope this helps you troubleshooting connection issues with your Bluetooth settings. Thank you.